Korean director Park Chan-wook's No Other Choice has been officially selected to compete for the prestigious Golden Lion at this year's Venice International Film Festival, set to begin in late August.
박찬욱 감독의 영화 어쩔 수가 없다가 다음 달에 개막하는 올해 베니스 국제영화제 경쟁 부문의 공식 초청대에 유명한 황금 사자상을 놓고 다른 출품작들과 겨루게 됩니다. Alright, tell us more.
Yeah, so Park Chan-wook, of course, a very famous Korean director. I would venture to say probably my favorite Korean director.
Did you enjoy the Vengeance series?
Yeah, I didn't see Sympathy for Lady Vengeance, but
Okay.
obviously Old Boy. JSA is one of my favorite Korean movies.
Yeah. He's just one of the top directors in Korea.
Yeah, and
for sure.
he's actually reunited with Lee Byung-hun, who was in JSA,
that's
to be a part of
right.
this film as well. And this is his first movie since Decision to Leave, which was back in 2022. He won Best Director at Cannes that year. So he is no stranger to winning international awards for the films that he's involved in. And perhaps he'll have an opportunity to win again this year.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this movie. They say it's based on an American novel called The Axe, and it revolves around a husband, Mansu, who has just recently lost his job. He's been fired, and now he needs to get a new job, and that's all they say. So I don't know, but I guess something ensues.
Yeah.
Something dramatic happens. He's married to Miri, who's played by Son Ye-jin, another very famous actress here in Korea. And they have a family of 4, 2 children. And I'm just looking forward to it. Don't know much about the movie or the book, but
I like going into movies with knowing less.
Well, if I didn't give you too much.
Yeah, like
just the characters.
if I know that it's supposed to be a good movie and just having maybe like a rough outline of it, sure, I guess. But there's been a lot of movies that I've gone to see with just too much information.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, I wish I didn't know all that. But certainly I can't wait to see this. I think it's going to be great. The cast plus director, I mean, and it's up for an award already. So.
Well, Park Chan-wook was invited to this particular film festival for this exact category back in 2005 for Lady Vengeance? Sympathy for Lady Vengeance. So that was when he was invited. But he's back. It's been 20 years and we wish him the best. Let's have a look at competing for the prestigious Golden Lion.
Yeah, if you're competing for something, then it means you have the opportunity to win. You're in a competition.
Yeah.
There's going to be winners, there's going to be losers, but you have an opportunity to win something. What is it that you have the opportunity to win? It is the prestigious Golden Lion Award. And something that's prestigious is something that everybody wants. It's kind of seen as like, wow, it's something that, people hold above other things as a standard.
Yeah, exactly. 그 prestigious라고 하기도 하고요. prestigious라고 하기도 합니다. 가운데 I의 발음이 이제 어느 지역에 가느냐에 따라 원어민들도 발음을 다르게 할 수 있는데 이게 뭐냐면은 굉장히 명망이 있는 누구나 가지고 싶어 하는 이런 의미라고 볼 수 있겠죠. 뭐 권위 있는 이렇게 할 수도 있겠고요. And the Golden Lion Award is, of course, a very coveted prize. If you're an actor or a director or anyone in the movie industry, I guess you want this,
Yeah,
right? That's why they put the word prestigious in front of it. Yeah. Competing는 경쟁하다. 그래서 이 권위 있는 황금 사자상을 놓고 경쟁을 하는 것을 competing for this prestigious Golden Lion이라고 할 수 있습니다. Award가 생략됐죠. And what is set to begin?
If something is set to begin, then it has a start date or time that has been determined. So this is now official. This is going to be the schedule of when something is to start.
그래요. 이제 언제 시작할 예정이다. Set to begin 이라고 합니다. 자, 언제라 그랬죠? 아까 8월 말?
End of August, yes.
End of August. 자, 다시 한번 제가 읽어보겠습니다. Korean director Park Chan-wook's No Other Choice has been officially selected to compete for the prestigious Golden Lion at this year's Venice International Film Festival, set to begin in late August. Here's our next headline.
A severe heat wave sweeping across Iran has disrupted water and electricity supplies in much of the country, with temperatures soaring to 50 degrees Celsius and reservoir levels falling to their lowest in a century, according to state media.
극심한 폭염이 휩쓸고 있는 이란의 많은 지역에서 수도와 전기 공급이 차질을 빚고 있는 가운데 낮 최고 기온은 섭씨 50도까지 치솟고 상수 공급 때문에 수위는 100년 만에 최저 수준까지 떨어졌다고 이란 국영 매체가 보도했습니다. Alright, tell us more.
Yeah, so it is getting very, very hot in Iran. 15 of Iran's 31 provinces, including the capital Tehran, have been ordered to close the government offices in those areas in a bid to try to conserve both water and electricity. So because it's so much consumption going on in terms of the utilities, they're trying to close down all unessential buildings and workers and stuff just to try to conserve right now.
Oh, wow. Well, there's a lot of disruption, I would imagine, because of the heat. It says here that this heat wave has disrupted water supplies and electricity supplies.
Yeah, and if something is disrupted, you're sort of ruining something. You're ruining the peace of something. It could be ruining the supply of something in this particular case. If you're disrupting a conversation, then, you know, people are in the middle of a conversation, but you're kind of breaking in, you're ruining that, or you're kind of breaking it up. So you kind of think of like a steady flow. If you have like a peaceful pond of water that, you know, looks like a sheet of glass, but you toss a rock into it, then the ripples of the water is kind of ruining the peace of the water. So you have something that's kind of going the way that it is, and then when you kind of ruin what it was, then you're disrupting it, or the flow of what it was.
Exactly. 고요했던 흐름을 깨트리는 것을 disrupting 한다라고 말할 수 있습니다. 여러 상황에 적용할 수 있고요. 여기서 뭐라고 하고 있냐면은 the heat wave, 이 폭염이요, has disrupted 무엇을 지금 중단하고 방해하고 있냐면 water and electricity supplies. 그래서 수도하고 전기 공급에 차질을 빚었다라고 볼 수 있겠죠. Now, what about to soar?
If you are soaring or something is soaring, then it is going high.
Yeah.
And the place that I hear this word a lot is we talk about eagles soaring because they fly higher than most birds. So they fly higher up, they are soaring up. And you hear, oh, like the eagle's soaring or this bird is soaring. It's going higher than normal.
Yeah. I love watching birds of prey fly. It's not very often that you get to see them in Korea, but every now and then if there's a hawk flying by, they're just so different to pigeons or, you know, little other birds or seagulls or whatever, because they don't flap their wings. Wings, that is. They're so graceful. They just have it wide open and they almost glide along the sky, very high up.
Yeah.
But, you know,
and as
beautiful.
predators, you know, it's more advantageous for them because they can look down and see their prey, where the prey don't usually look up because, you know, you're looking down from wherever you are.
Yeah.
And then when you're attacking, instead of having to flap your wings to move, you just kind of go into a free fall. So, you know, which is how falcons gain the speeds that they gain, is because they're just going down.
Really? It's fascinating. I love watching animal documentaries and things like that. 자, soar, S-O-A-R라는 게요. 이렇게 독수리가 날아오를 때도 쓰지만 우리가 어떤 기온이 엄청나게 올랐다 할 때도 쓸 수 있어요. So temperatures have been soaring. 그러면은 기온이 급상승했다. 온도가 엄청 많이 올랐다라는 뜻이죠.
You could have a certain stock that is soaring as well in value.
That's good if you've invested in it. All right. 자, 다시 한번 제가 읽어보겠습니다. A severe heat wave sweeping across Iran has disrupted water and electricity supplies in much of the country, with temperatures soaring to 50 degrees Celsius and reservoir levels falling to their lowest in a century, according to state media. Here's the next headline.
The United States and Taiwan are exploring the possibility of a groundbreaking spaceport partnership that could slash travel time between them from over half a day to as little as 2.5 hours.
미국과 대만이 반나절 이상 걸리던 양국 간 이동 시간을 일명 준궤도 비행을 통해 최소 2시간 반까지 단축할 수 있는 획기적인 방법을 모색하고 있는 것으로 알려졌습니다. Wow, tell us more.
Yeah, so they're talking about cutting travel time between the two countries. And what they're thinking, so they say spaceport.
Yeah.
I don't think they're creating like an airport in outer space, but it means that you would travel higher up outside of the atmosphere. Like, I wonder if they might even get to the point where you might be weightless, and then you just kind of go down again. So you're using I guess the space in order to get out and then back into the atmosphere to cut the travel time.
Yep. Currently, a direct commercial flight between Taipei and, say, Houston, how long would that take?
So that's 14 and a half hours. And yeah,
And
there's
that's going to be cut to about two and a half hours.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's like the KTX as opposed to the old trains.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. 와, 현재는 대만에서 미국까지 한 14시간 반 이 정도 걸리는데 비행기로. 근데 이런 준궤도 비행이라는 것이 개발이 충분히 되면은 2시간 반 만에 갈 수 있다고요? 엄청난 속도인데요?
I think they're saying that it's already possible right now to a certain degree. However, the issue is that the intense G-forces that are created from entering back into the Earth's atmosphere, especially dropping as fast as you would be dropping, the amount of the gravity force that would be on you, it's not good for untrained passengers as opposed to like actual astronauts or fighter plane pilots and stuff like that.
So this is not going to be a commercial flight.
Well, they are hoping that it can be something in the future, but right now, I think they're saying so it's possible right now for people that are trained, but for commercial flights right now, it's not possible. But they're looking at the possibility of that in the future.
Because the actors who trained for the Top Gun movie, they said they actually had to really be in some of those scenes. And the G-force made some of the actors sick.
Yeah.
It's very painful. And so it's...
Sometimes you can black out as well because you get, not enough or too much blood into your brain. So, it can be dangerous, certainly. So I think the training is something that they want to make sure that people do receive if they were to go that route.
Oh, that makes sense. Let's have a look at the word groundbreaking.
Groundbreaking is something that you're doing that hasn't been done before. We talk about a groundbreaking event, or in this case, a groundbreaking travel possibility, something that you're doing that hasn't been done before.
Groundbreaking이라는 것은 획기적인이라는 뜻이죠. And what's slashing travel time?
If you're slashing something, then you are cutting it. It's another word for cut. So you're cutting travel time. Essentially, you're making the time shorter. So you're making it faster to get somewhere.
travel time은요, 이동 시간이에요. 꼭 여행을 한다라는 의미 말고도 이동할 때 얼마든지 travel이라고 쓸 수 있는데 그런 이동 시간을 많이 줄인다는 뜻이겠죠? To cut travel time or slash travel time. S-L-A-S-H. Here's the headline one more time. The United States and Taiwan are exploring the possibility of a groundbreaking spaceport partnership that could slash travel time between them from over half a day to as little as 2.5 hours. Well, that's it for the headlines with Jason Lee.